Okay, so this is the content rate. So those would call modules. What you can do with this content creator. So we have many functions, but I would present some of like really standout ones. For the course presentation, it would be like I said, a presentation on steroids. Mean you can put quizzes, animation on it. Okay, so I will show you the example on their website. It would be faster. Okay, so right, a called presentation game. Okay, so things like this. Okay, for example, if you want the students to learn the name of countries and what was flat belong to France, and they can really jump here. Which one is France? This one, right? Okay. Okay. I have to connect the USB.
Or you must set the software into your computer.
Well, I prefer the one that less complicated and instant. So that would be the USB, right?
Yes.
Oops. So where the heck is the USB? Okay, here. Seem like falling off because no one use it. Uh, uh, okay, so imagine you can have a students to really come to the board and that's it, right? So that, and you can put on like the laws sound to begin interaction. Yes, and they can touch on the map as well. For example, this one, if you do any kind of listening tasks, try them to so different directions and have them to run to board and that's the correct direction. For example. So it is more interactive in a way. Right. Well, and there are many things, but that would be the clear example of what you can do. You can create what called the interactive video inside this presentation. Because if you show a video and then you want them to learn the categories, then they will stop at your current point and ask questions, two forms, multiple choice, matching, fill the blank, and things like that. So this would be one standout. Um, functionalities of this X5B, but there are many more. Okay, so if you don't want to write this kind of content, hit the back buttons. Well, I don't know if the boss have paid the internet bill, but last Sunday we worked with no internet connection.
Really?
Yeah, because they haven't paid the bill. Luckily today is paid.
Okay, so it's right now.
Well, so what I predict is not going to change very soon, and things keep repeat its history. Okay, so the next one I would bring up here is the these would be very typical drag the words. I will show you a little bit of this as well. This is also the kind of very common quizzes that you can do in class, especially if the student are not really capable of filling the blanks because they can't remember words yet. So you can do this kind of drag the words.
Yes.
So you provided them with the set of words which mixed and have them to drag the words into the blank. Okay, so this is one uh, capacity of this, capabilities of this.
I just have a question about it.
Yes?
Because okay, HP5 is part of
Yeah.
H5P is part of WordPress.
Yes.
So my question is like, can we
Embed it.
I mean, like, can we set up like, for example, with another design, or for example, like with bigger questions,
Okay.
another font or something? Is it possible, right?
Okay, so what I mean, what you meant is to embed the content created on the H5P onto another, let's say, set of content, right?
Something like this.
All right. It's possible because it will export as the HTML. Okay, so it's like the embedded code, and you just paste it onto anything.
Okay. So, for example, you want to change the font size, the color, the
Yeah. It will somehow manageable in the presentation capacity because in the presentation they also include many types of quizzes. And we think that okay later when we come to creating one particular set of example, okay, we'll come to that. This is just like to show you how capable of this content creator. Okay, this will function inside the whole thing, the WordPress and the website that have LMS, and this one will function inside the LMS. So everything within will be no limits. The creativity is no limitations. Okay. Well, with guess the answer would be they provided to Sapphire the hotspot also very nice because you can provide them with the pictures and ask them to say okay, so if I say the mountains and I would want this the word the peak which is on the top of the mountains, right? So you would reprogram that onto the top of the mountain, and when the student touches, it will pop up. Let's say the message saying, "Wow, congratulations, is equal the peak," things like that. Interactive video, I said before, we have marked the words. So you know highlights, when highlights very common in vision as well, right? Especially in reading. You may provide them with one set of assets and ask them to highlight the keywords. But because all the keywords are hidden, so they have to change the role, for example, to really highlight the words. And if it's correct, then it will mark as green color. Okay. I will come to it later. Personality wise, it kind of weird, but you know that kind of fun games in Facebook. What kind of answering God are you? For something like that. Personality quizzes in kind of they would have different set of points, and when you come to that result, they will give you the answer. Thing that, okay, so you are the Greek mythology god. Okay, you get 20 answer on this or 10 answer on that, things like that. So it would say personality whiz. With question set, this is very helpful if you want to make the test and set the time limit for a student. Because one test will include many different types of questions, right? Maybe drag the words into the blank, okay, fill the blanks, multiple choice, two fonts, and things like that. You can create it to a set and limit the student the time, for example, like 30 minutes. So when they come home, they do it just within 30 minutes, okay? And they will report the results of the student and send it backward to you. Okay, single choice set, summary, timeline. Timeline is a good tool for presentations because, okay, so you can show timeline if you want, okay, I think it would be typical In iOS, I think. In iOS, right, if you want to write about a process, you can really show the effect. Okay. And it would jump. Okay, but this one is worth to show. Okay, let's go with the audio recorder first. This is very helpful in teaching the speaking. Where is it? I came over it. Why? Okay, memory games. I saw the recorder. Okay, audio recorder. Right. So this one is very useful as I found out in terms of speaking, because well maybe we don't have enough time in class to have all the students to speak. So that's why we have to go back home and record the answer. Okay, so this would help them to record within a limited time set, and you can provide your set answer as well. But anyway, they will record it and it will automatically submit to the teacher. Right. So this is also a great example of you to really do it audio recording. All right. So, but this one would be one amazing thing is which is speak the words. Okay, instead of saying speak the words, I would show you speak the word set. This is the using the Google Voice recognition to check the pronunciations, and also it's very useful to have students to learn the new words as well. So let me imagine this: if you give an explanation and ask them to say the words, for example, okay. What color yellow and is fruit? So they have to answer banana, right? Okay, so you can put that instead and have them to say the word, and if they pronounce correctly. Okay, so I will show you one particular example here. Ooh. So use this one. Okay, I don't know Spanish. Can you? Okay, so well, okay, it is in Spanish teaching. So maybe we will do some example like this. Good day in Spanish is.
Buenos días.
Okay, try it. Come. Can you try it? So.
Buenos días. How many do we have to?
I don't know. Is it recording and listening? Maybe internet is slow.
Yeah.
Okay, we might process again.
Yeah.
Okay, stop.
Buenos días.
Wow.
Buenos días.
Maybe my microphone is not working. Or is it? Okay, so I have to get this one working first.
It's on.
It's on, right? So it's on, but is it working? Speak recognitions. Well, maybe not words. No, not these buttons, but these ones. So this is something like this. If you embed the content,
Okay.
then it will go like this. How are you in Spanish? Okay.
¿Qué tal?
Well, my microphone may not be working because if it's wrong, then it will say it's wrong
Right away.
right, okay, right away. Okay, so well, maybe we will come to it later, but it should how it works. It should be the phone here. Okay, okay, maybe microphone, right? Hello, hello. Okay, later,
Yeah.
yeah, later. Okay, later. It will work with English, I believe. I tried it many times.
Oh, really?
Because with English, you can even choose the accent. If you want the British, whether you want the British or the American. Okay. So later I will demonstrate the English. Okay.
Or perhaps like because
So this is how you do it. Say this is your explanation. Maybe even in Vietnamese, if you want to put in Vietnamese. Okay. Oops. So where is my okay here? Well, then we have what called okay flashcards. You know, right? To make them learn the vocabulary. Well, the essays is also worth to mention because you can set the limitations of the essays, like what particular words you want them to write, what the alternative words can replace that word, or you can even limit the number of the word count, also the time they spend to write the essay. So that's what how the essay functions. Okay, dictation is also very good for listening as well. Okay, so you prepare the content, uh, upload the audio, and have the listens and write out what you heard. Okay, branching scenario. This one, if you are creative, then this will come to useful. Okay, branching means okay if you do this, then sequence to that. But if you alternately you choose another path, it will direct you into another set of questions. For example, okay. Things like detective games, if you want to play. Okay, so I would think of this situation like if you want to have a student class, and yes, okay. Okay, let's get back here. So that is branches, right? Speaking, okay, if you intolerate one and they come with another answer, then you might move to another question set. It's recurrence, okay? With like widgets, different type of widgets that can be cooking. Maybe two false, maybe yes, no, or maybe multiple choice, dragon words, make them arrange into services. If they choose this particular answer, then they move to different route and things like that. That will be branchings. Virtual, it is 360. And it's kind of, this is our limitation here because we don't have that VR. Okay. That VR headset, it needs you to buy, I think, just buy cheap one it's 150, okay, 100 something thousand long and big, but it can't get that to use. So let's just plug it in, and when you move around the rooms, it would have different hotspots. Okay, and if that VR is the high-tech one, that the one that can touch, then they can straight touch on that, and it will pop up with this name. Maybe you want this different, okay, furniture, the name of furniture inside a house. Then move around, okay, go on it, it's like chair, so. This is virtual tour. Okay, if you show it on screen, it's okay too. They don't have to wear the headset, but well, it would be something like this. Roman theater. Okay, things like this. You can move around the hotspots. See, it is 360. If you move around, and the different hotspots are gonna be, well, where are you here, right? You can put audio, you can put explanation, you can put anything here. It would be 360. Okay. Okay, for the worst, you can create a box of chats inside. Well, so you can like have classroom engagement, one presentation, for example. Okay, so that is your capacity, and I will think it will range your first to create the creative content. Okay. Okay, so now we were actually doing something, right? What was that's the LMS. Okay, so let's say if you have provided an account and you want to create a course, okay? Well, actually, I'm not using Learn Dash, but I use the one which is similar. So Learn Press. It's also on plugins because it's cheaper. So that's why. Learn Dash is very expensive. So we just go to the LMS. Learn Press is what we are using in our managing system, the LMS. Okay. So for the content that we're going to launch in the near future, like the expert IOs, like the new content for kids. So I really appreciate for the teacher who saw us today, because you are going to experience this change very soon, and because you know how it's going to function, you are very adapted to the change in the near future. Okay, so actually we'll put up the content onto the Learn branch. In terms of students can rewatch the lessons, right, to really do the homework, okay, to help the teacher making sure that the student do their homework and knowing how many attempts that they managed to get the answer correct, things like that. That's how the LMS works. Okay, everything will be solved with the allies. With the attempts, the one you did. Even if you want to record your last lesson, you always do and upload it. Okay. So let's go to, so we go to the dashboard again. So we see here the Learn brush. Okay, maybe you may up the height. I just use it for a little bit. Okay, so see here the Learn brush. Well, this board is not drawable, right? Yeah. Okay, so I intended to draw it, but then I realized So we have here courses. So courses would be, let's say, you are teaching everybody up. So under your couch, you will create the name of the class, everybody up by the meter grade, for example, right? So this will be the course. Okay, I will explain the menu first, and then I will go to each particular item and show you how to do it. Okay, so you create a course first with pictures. Maybe we provided you with instruction so you can put it as a guideline. Okay. When you create a course, within a course, there will be many lessons, right? So each class will be one lesson. If you want to separate it, that's one. And maybe many lessons will come under one section. But you will do, you can do it inside the lesson. Okay, so you read them again. Yes. Okay, guys. So, where are we? Lessons, right? So, within the lesson, you will sometimes have quizzes, or you can have them to do it at home. Okay, you put it into your lesson as well. So that comes with it here. Okay, so these learners they have a separate tool to create widget, but you can always use the F5B to embed into the lesson. Alright, so there is two alternative lesson widget. For the lesson, you would put the content inside the lesson using content creator. Right, so put content into the lessons.
Okay. You mean like in the yeah, it's like you, right?
Yeah, yeah. So let's say you create a presentation, you F5B embed it inside the as a content of the lessons. And also you can upload another video from YouTube or just copy the YouTube, put it in the content of the lesson. Or you can record your own and put it on.
We can do the link, for example.
Yeah. Also, you can embed it, so it will be in Windows and graphics like that. Okay. So then we have, because these ones, they are online, so they are purchasable. But I don't think that you would need the function of the orders. It means when you rate cost and you put the price tag on it, you will buy it, you get paid. But because, well, we use it like with inside the internet, so that's why we would put everything with zero, that is free, but only accessible with our students' account. Okay, so you don't have to bother with orders. Collections. Well, collections, let's say if you teach everybody art, so they have one, two, three, four, right? So we will look them into one collection. Okay, so it's just like it helps students to navigate easily, to know what goes first and come later. Okay, to have the growth marks, and also they would know something being organized. Okay, certificates. Well, this one is called gamification your learning. So to gamify your learning, you have to reward the learners, right? So we will come with the set of certificates. Okay, it's online ones, but then you can just fill just drag in the student names. They have different styles for different score, things like that. So this certificate will appear in student account. So this will like they showing off to other students when you have a badges of the certificates of excellence. Right. Okay, statistic. This if you are a technical teacher and want to know your performance. And okay, we want to know as well. Okay, to see the student performance. Okay, if I have the patterns of how students repeatedly making the similar mistake in grammar, for example, and they did it in FIB quizzes that you designed, then I may concern back to you that maybe this whole class is having problems using simple past and present perfect, for example, the past continuous. So if you know how to analyze everything, it will help you to accommodate your lesson plan. Okay, and we have the add-ons. I mean, this one I bought it already, so it included. Setting in terms and everything like these, you don't have to worry about. Okay, so this is the whole LMS. There are a few things that come with it, but in other manual, but when it comes to it, we'll say it later. So let's say now we create, okay, a course. Okay, so now you're gonna go up and try. Okay, you really want to try? Okay. Is it low? Did I click the button yet? Yes. Okay, because these are ones that I created, so it will be in this board. But since your account is new, so there's nothing here. But then you have to add new. Okay, so this is the the work, right? Okay, the workplace. Okay, so the working environments that you're gonna do many things on this. So yeah, this is very obvious. It's the name of the course, right? So I don't have to go any deeper. Okay, so this is the content. It seems very simple, but it's not because, well, this is like the Microsoft Word, as you know, right? But here you see the buttons, the X5B. If you created any X5B content before, you can always click onto this. Okay, because since we didn't have anything. Okay, so well, let me just do one X5B and embed to it so you can see. So you have to have the X5B content ready already. Here, I will open it into another tab. Okay, if that button's not going to work, you can do the alternatively, what I call the shortcodes. In WordPress, many plugins provided with shortcodes. So with shortcodes, it will be in the brackets like this. And for the X5B, okay, so this is my re-created content of X5B. So I will show you where to find the shortcodes, and you just copy and paste the shortcode. Here it is. So see this little guy here. This is a shortcode. So when you write the content, when you put the finish buttons, okay. So this is my content, what I rated. They will provide it with this shortcode. Okay. So just copy this whole thing. Paste it onto here. Right. So make sure there is sockets. Okay, so let's just name it randomly. Everybody up. Somewhere. Really? Really? I feel guilty doing this.
I know. Responsibility.
What the heck is this one? Okay. Right, my job for the whole day is spent signing what or whatever, I don't know. Delete the progress. Okay, so this is the name that you created for the course. Okay, so just put it everybody up once. Okay, so okay, says I will explain the other function later, but just push this one. You can change it to English if you prefer, but you know Dan, right? You know this in Vietnamese, right? Dan means to post.
Yes.
Okay, of course, it's a simple word. You can understand the lengthy chart, let alone that single word.
But that I didn't know.
Okay, so you see here the link. Let's open it. I wonder if it show up as I plan. It should. See the content, they're gonna show up here. Okay. So very simple, the shortcode, put on it. So here the content. But of course, the content of the course is not gonna be the lesson, but this is understandable if it is in the lesson. But I just want to give example of the content editor. It can just embed it with the shortcode. Many functions here that I will go through, and you can just try it, do it. It's just a draft. You can do it. Don't worry to block the system or anything. Just try it. Okay. So the real 3D flip book. So you can upload the PDF file, and it will become the book with in that certain flip. Okay. And many things here is pretty much word editor, right? But this one is worth to mention as well. The events. So if you want to put any things like timetable, you can do it because this has a function to remind the student, like if you want to have the task or to have an event on that particular day. You can create one using different view. Okay. Well, if you want to, this one you can try because it would take time to explain it. But most of the time, I would use the timetable view. Okay. So the timetable view, you know, right? It's like the schedule on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, things like that with different time slots and what happens. If you want to do the on that particular time on the day to, let's say, submit a homework or have like one big class the last day, you should let them know before. Okay, so in the course, you may put up the schedule and let them know in advance that particular event is going to happen on that day. Okay, so they will send a notification to the student account to notify them 1 or 2 days before the actual event. Okay. So that's why it's everything in the LMS. We have in control to manage everything. Okay, so let's come to the technical things. So here we have like course categories. Of course, this one we would prepare it already for you. If you gonna this thing and you're doing community English, right? I think I'm not put like IELTS, okay? Thiếu nhi, okay, for kids programs. Course tasks. Well, if you want to really organize your courses, if you have many courses, you want to segregate them into, let's say, offers. Okay, because with each program, you might teach one from offers, categories, millions, pieces. You can segregate that way. Well, this one is you don't have to bother. Feature image, if you have one, okay, you're a designer and you can design really eye-catchy banner, things like that, put up here to represent your cause. Okay, you can Photoshop yourself into that image, okay. Okay, so this would sum up everything on my right hand side. Okay, you can always send to me to view it before you post it or update it. Okay, so let's go to this section here. Okay, so this section, the prerequisites, prerequisites mean what you have to learn before that course. For example, if you teach everybody up free, you have to make sure students to read them everybody up to, for example. Okay, so you have that two prerequisites. Okay. But we don't have a kind of design, but if you want to separate the courses into two, you want to require the students to learn something before another thing. Okay. What do you say? Right. So that would be every courses you created will be put it here. And if you want to have the expert IELTS 5 to, it's not like it's nonsensical, right? But I just give an example. If you want the expert IELTS to learn before this course, you just click on it. Okay. And if you want to click multiple, you control and click. Okay. Well, but there's none. Don't allow purchase because you're gonna put it one as free, right? $0. Durations, how long it's gonna last? Oh well, this one you put don't put anything if there is no limitations in maximum students who can attend these courses. Because if you put like 100 students and you want to reduce this course over and over again because it's only rated one, right? You might teach many different classes. It's more recycle. Well, this is like it is just a marketing techniques. If you want to lie to the people, saying already like 450 students have enrolled to this course. You can put it already. It's just a marketing tool for. This is if you want the student to or limit them to number of times they can retake the course. Okay, if you want them to retake the course only 5 times, for example, but if you leave it 0, it means unlimited. Okay, they can retake the course because it is like time trip. Learning this lesson 1 to lesson 2 to lesson 3, etc. Okay, feature. If you have many courses and you want to set this one really stand out, you click on the features. Okay. So this one to prevent the viewers from rewatch the content again, but I don't think you should do that. To block the lessons. External links. This is
Yes, unless, for example, it's on Americans are brutal. I mean, like, if you want like the option to trade something, you like you can have a limitation in terms of like
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's why it's designed for that purpose.
yeah.
Because the Western countries they have this kind of stuff like many years before us, and things like online payments, PayPal, WooCommerce, Stripe, they integrate with this one, and also membership. If you purchase for the membership, then they will limit how many months you can really access the content. With one-time purchase, you say like 10 times we take the cost, things like that. Okay, it is how the okay, the limit how you can do with the costs. Duration info. Well, just the approximate time that you think the cost would take. It's different than weeks, right? Because weeks are for maybe you would dish like 2 or 3 days per week, but only like 1.5 hours for one each day, then you would do the multiplications, right? So skill level, well, you can put any words here. If you want beginners, intermediate, B1, B2, A1, A2, and C1, if you want to. Our language, of course, it is English, gonna be. Media intro. Well, this media intro, you can embed the YouTube link, and it will show as the video on the post. It is really, if you go to the publisher page, they should have that kind of video for you to showcase on the post. Okay, if you want to show the list of students who attend the class, click on this. Because like I said, each student will have their own account. And we have the chat system, the PM, the private message system. So if you don't want students to really send messages to each other or to chat, don't click on it. But if you want, click on it, it will reveal to all the students even the historical list of students who attended the course. Right. Okay, so this is just one tab because we still have many more. Assessment. All right. Assessment. How are you gonna assess the student? Because this one is just an add to your traditional course. So don't let this take into account of failing or passing the student, because this one is just different approaches to fail or to pass the student. So evaluate via lessons. So they have this question mark here. They will explain you. Evaluate by number of lessons completed per number of total lessons. So that you require the student have to go through every lesson. Then you put this one 100% because they can skip. Right? They can skip the content. You have to make sure if they want to pass, they have to both complete the final test and go through every lesson. Okay, so evaluate via results of final quiz. If you just paste on final quizzes, then click on it. Result of visit. This one different than the before because, like we know, we have different quizzes within an inside lesson, right? So this is like the average of the total quizzes. They will take everything, sum everything up, and divide it by the total number to have an average. Let's say if the average is 6% and you demand to 80% to pass, then that's really fair. Understand? Right? Evaluate via result of visit process. The fourth one is different than the before. Let's say, okay, for each visit, you would demand different criteria to pass. For example, visit number 1, in lesson 1, you demand the student to achieve at least 80% to pass. So they get like 75 and 80%. For the second one, the amount is 60, right? But then totally you have 10 reasons throughout your course. So if you demand 80% to pass, they have to have 8 passes if they want to pass. Right, that makes sense, right? So it's a little bit different with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it? Okay, go on.
Um, so actually, you can go on and process actually
Okay. Yeah. I will go this section and I will start from the question. That will be systematical. Okay, let's go to previous part. Okay, I go a bit fast, so let's go back. So you guys know and see what to ask. Different setting. Okay, so in general, just now I forgot to put up the Q&A section before I move to the next part. My fault. Okay, so your question is.
Okay, so I think that this would be beneficial for the student who learn LMS on PhDs. And is it compulsory or optional for the student?
Actually for pitch, even maybe like down age, I would give up as optional. Maybe you just need to use the F5P because you are only want the content related. But if in terms of teaching management and you want every content of you organized, you can always do that. Because with this, I mean, you can always access to what you have prepared. Right? Not necessarily for the student to learn, but to get back to what you have prepared. Everything will be in place, organized. Right?
So there will be some course like as you say word of one, word of two. And so these courses will be designed by the teacher on their own or will be designed by
Okay, so that is my concerning question as well because it will be a laborious for us, the team, the academics team, to prepare everything. But I think we will have guidelines and have a few sample redesigned lessons and have guys freestyle. As long as we follow the guidelines, then it's fine. Because I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna know it anyway. Because I'm at the big enemy trader, I have the right to come around and see the content and the implementation in our process. So I still leaning towards letting you guys be creative with your lessons. Not really tricked to the set that you've been creating. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I think that would be the best approach. So, anything here to really ask? Okay, so back to the assessment. Okay, I'm here, right? Evaluate via visit. Okay, so this is like this is the most complicated math because you will okay, it's kind of similar to number 4, but it's not counting the number of pass, but the percentage of the total score combined together and divided by the total number. Okay, so it's not like the American style voting, but it's not like the other kind of voting. Okay, so number 4 is like the American style voting. If they win, they have won, no matter how many people vote for it. But the number 5 is like the number of people who vote by right. Okay, so that would be the way I make sense of number 4 and number 5. Okay, so in terms of assessment, anyone of you have a question on it? Okay. When we're done, I think the best way to provide you the account and have you to try and like function around, right?
So actually, if the student fail, maybe they got this
Well, if you put that 50%, then I think it makes sense. Especially, I mean, well, maybe number four. Yeah, right. Number four, if they failed, more than 5 out of 10 of your visit, then you are the one, okay, that need to talk, not the student. Because they attend every visit, but they failed, right? If they didn't attend the lessons, then it makes sense, maybe. But they attend 10 quizzes and fail 6 quizzes, then you are the one who are need to talk, not the student.
So all the students are asked to do this.
It's optional actually because this design is more for the academic courses like IELTS because they need to get serious, intensive learning.
I'm gonna, I mean, for me it's a bit complicated. But I mean, it's interesting. I'm saying that it's still complex because when you see that for the first time. But for example, what are the certificates? I mean, like you said, like previously, not with this, but
I think we have a come later certificate in the last section.
Okay.
I think it was show you how it works. It's like I think it's very beneficial for you as a designer because you have the templates uploaded and just have the pre-programmed blank to fill the student name. So let's say if they have 80% final visit passing grade, they will have that certificate.
That's it. That's what I think. Like, you can also do this for.
Yeah.
I just saw it now.
Later, when we come to certificates, then they will have a blank saying, okay, how many percentage of one particular visit or final visit or whole course that the student must achieve in order to get the certificate.
That is good.
But don't worry, we will go to that sections. Pricing, I don't think this one, okay, if you want to invest in it, like teaching the Spanish, which is not our, courses, then you can always feel free to do it. Okay, yeah. Review log. Well, because, students can really review your course. Okay, so everything that the students put on the reviews will show up here. Okay? Because when you revisit the dashboard, you will see the review. So who can review? The one who completed the course will review. They can't do it if they didn't even start the course, right? Because they affect you. They have to complete the course to review. So this is like how we manage the quality as well to make sure the students satisfied. But I won't blame you if they put 1 star. I had to call them first to actually ask if they misplaced it 1 star, 5 star, or they just put it 1 star.
So how that tends to give some review or feedback for their studying so that the teacher.
Yeah, each lesson they have it as well. But this is like the total cost. Well, because this is LMS and many things happen inside, and we are still in the course, not even in the lesson yet, right? So it's still in the course. Okay, anything not the review logs? You understand how this one, right? Author. Your name here, and later when we have many accounts, if you are the author and you coordinate with another instructor, then you can select him or her, maybe TA, for example, the core instructor. So they can be the one who is in charge of making sure everything prepared for the students. Content trip. This is complicated, so let's leave it. I would rather not talk about it. Because content trip, you demand the student to do this lesson before last lesson, or to condition your prerequisite lesson before they can are set in terms of the result or the number of days starting from the when they click the start button. So this kind of thing is complicated, but it's like how I can simplify anything in two sentences. Is that making sense to you? Okay, and never mind the trick. That's just the condition. How many days you want the student to start a new lesson? They start lesson one. You want them to at least stay another day to start the second. Things like that. Because you know your schedule, right? They can't start lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Immediately, just your first day to teach. Right. Right. So you would put like 3 days before you can start the new lesson. So making sense. Right. Okay, now we have no text here. Forums. This is how the socializing activities take place. And the content managing is going to be helpful in this field. So I advise you to enable it. Okay, so when you click the update button, they will create the forums, but you can always do that by here they have forums. Okay, where is it? Here, diễn đàn. Right. So you can create it before you create the course. So it will show you here. Okay, so imagine like this. One course would be the same, right? But there are many classes with different groups of students. So each forum will be representative of that particular group of students. Okay, so every time you want, the new class, you would create the forums and select it inside the course. Okay. For example, here I will show it in front end. Okay, so the name Coffee Updates, it's just like the sample forums. Put it like this. So this is like the name of the class. And this is my screen. This one, I don't know, but this should be something here. Within the forums, there will be many topics and a discussion takes place inside. So everything in Vietnamese, if you want to switch to English, you can always do. Right, so many things like take place here. It's like the discussion awards of member to replies, to post links, to engage in topics. Okay. So I know this is the one complicated, but you will get used to it and you find it beneficial. Just use the one simple first, okay? Because we also let students really enjoy using this as well. Because when they go online, they found topics and they can really talk with their friends in English. That would be really beneficial for them, and they can find it interactive and entertaining at the same time, I think. Okay, so collection, like I said, you can put in groups. Coming soon. Well, this one is just for advertising purpose. If you have the course going to launch in 1-2 weeks, you put it in coming soon. I know everything is going to old already, but we're going to launch the new IELTS course and later teenage courses So we'll put it in consoles with like red patches, banner, a countdown, anything. Okay. Okay, membership is just one way to monetize your course. In terms of you don't have to bother about it because people have to purchase the membership package in order to accept the course. Okay, so if you want to use it, feel free to use with course it's not English. Okay, but I can say later, maybe like the third section, you will learn how to create a website on your own with the LMS. Here, certificates. Okay, so it's more like a designing process. Okay, to go to this part, I think I would rather let you to freestyle because here there are many builder. I would call it builder. It's like the designing because everyone love it. It like blocks and things like the designing with pixel and things like that.
That was my, actually that was my first question, like because if you can embed the content, actually it was not to embed the content, but it was about like just create something.
Yeah, because this one is not really the lesson creators, but in terms it's more like designing for graphical purposes.
Yeah.
Right. So there are builders. Actually, those builders are for website builders.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can build your certificate with these as well.
Yeah, on your own and then drag it and then put it.
Yeah. So I would okay. So the Gutenberg is from the WordPress itself, but you can use this one. It's like the beautiful landing page. Okay, you click on it and it will launch. Actually, in this WordPress, I use 4 different builders to create pages, functionalities, spin pages. This is more like designing games, right? Okay. So, well, it will show up. Okay, so actually, those builders I will go in depth to all of you when we come to the third or fourth section when we create the interactive freestyle lesson. Okay, when you learn the designing things. I might need your help in terms of expert of like Photoshop and AI.
Have you got it?
Well, so what is 444? Well, 444 is the no content. Well, let it load for a bit.
So we have to
Yes, sure. Or you can use it here. They have this template for you to choose the background and everything here. Or you can use a separate one. Okay, while we are waiting for this one to load, let me go through this one first. This is like the whole certificate, right? And this is the fields which is presented on the certificate. Let's say you redesigned the background, the template, right? You put this course name at the field onto the empty blank. So they will they will feature the student who passed the course that name and fill the name. So it's like the programming and the student name maybe it should be belong to the line of the student name.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I will show the canvas, for example. You can always find 9 templates in Canva, right? It's free anyway. So, well, you have certificate, right? You can design like brochure, even brochure. It is for amateur, but I know it's easy to use. Oops. Okay. Let's say if you really like this one, so you know what to do to delete this name, right? Because you're gonna place this name with your student name, right? So delete this one. Maybe this is the name of the course, right? Let's say I didn't even read it, but let's say this is the name of the course. And when, okay, this is your name, if you want to, school director. So those places, when I delete it, when you download this one in the template, the background, this image, let's say it will show up here, right? And when you drag the student name onto the plane and condition this with only the student with 80% passing grade will receive that. They will filter that and automatically send the certificate to the students when they finish courses. Makes sense, right? But you can't demonstrate everything here because it's going to be time consuming. Okay, guys. Okay, so what time you will be free until what time? Oh, I tend to finish at 11:30. Yeah, fine with all of you, right? Okay, we're gonna do this fast and go to the XDA5, the X5B. So we set up the example for you guys to really try it out. Okay.
I assume like for the next session we will go more in detail, right?
Yeah, this one's just like an overview,
Yeah.
so you know what's going on, like different steps to proceed in like different following days. If you're interested in the topics.
That's why we don't have that much question for now.
Right, because I'm so well, but I had to at least make sure that you know how the whole thing works
Sure.
systematically. Okay, so let's say it's gonna be okay. I think it would be enough for the certificates.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe for the lesson we will in the next day, but now because we want something to do it to really see how it works, let's move on to the X5P, the content creator. Sure. You want something to really react at the end of the day, right? Okay, the result of the workshop. So let's go to the X5P. Where are you? Okay. So you guys are gonna have to send me your email address so I can create an account and send back to you, right? An instructor account.
Just sorry.
Yes,
it's
go on. This is a workshop, not a lecture.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, like Learn Press, right? Would it be included or not? Because say it's kind of costly, but yes or no?
Well, because it's function as in the system level,
Yeah.
so it will distributional to the members who are authorized.
Okay, that's it. So, but
Right.
it's really like we also have a
Yeah. Okay. So I spend money, but that is one-time money, and you are free to use. That's yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, many things take place here, but when you use it, it's totally free, and it's not pirated. It's copyrighted. It's totally safe too. Yes. Yeah. Can you guys wait for me for my 10 minutes? Yeah, no, not to do. I'm going to that window view. Okay, so I will do it really fast. Okay, because I mean I know that it's stuff there.
Yeah. No, thank you. pretty what I would my thoughts are really like if we can make some what do I think if we about training or teaching but I don't know because like I think for everyone the first is a big first for everyone but what if because if we have freshmen like yeah necessarily we will have to explain them how to simulate but maybe I'm sure that like everything we've been shown like we just give a little part of it. It mustn't be that yeah it mustn't be that complicated and mm, because in the end we will all use the same books. You know? So perhaps they will have a first generation of teacher will work on it how to make everything. Like for example, let's talk about everybody else. Okay, because first it will come with a lesson plan. It will come with a lesson plan and a syllabus. And we will work on it, for example, for like the first week session, we have okay two sessions, so we have this and this and this. It will be very time consuming. So I think first we need to have a first team who will design all the things. When I talk about design, it's not about the teacher, but design to make everything. And then after, for the teachers, they will just have to apply the formula. Just like, okay, you want to teach this, you want to teach that, you want to do this. Like, we would, in my opinion, we should create everything. I mean, not us, but I mean, like, they, there's a team should like be dedicated to create everything. That would be very long. And after, for the teachers, especially foreign teachers, they're okay. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. They just apply the thing. They just do the thing. I think it would be way easier because if every time we have a new teacher, we have to explain them how to create a thing, it's going to be like headache for them. Time consuming for them, headache. So maybe you should have a team dedicated to make everything. Well, why not? But I'm afraid because like I don't want to be say like pessimistic, but like what we need actually is we need to make a system first, like this, create a system. Once we get the system, we need people okay, we'll apply for it. In that way, I mean, maybe we can discuss this with something that would be easier. Because I'm just afraid that if we make I mean, if every time we have freshmen, we have to set appointments, to check all their availability, to make it again and again, it will be difficult. In my opinion, it will be time consuming. Yeah. I don't know. I'm certain. That's it. That's it. Like, we just have to do what we tell them to do. Simply, in my opinion. What do you think? Yeah. It won't be necessary us to make it. Perhaps like we should discuss it because like if it's only relying on all of us, that will be kind of difficult. So, but probably must make a team with us and other people. I don't know. But first thing first is like we have to work on lesson plan. Then syllabus. Then this thing. Because making things this way would be at first it would be difficult. And that way would be because the school they only have to apply the position. They recruit someone in 5 minutes, 10 minutes you can understand. Okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. Just grade them. or in the morning, okay, this is okay, no, super easy. Yeah, yeah, for them, we should because there's so many things to do. Like I see actually the prime magazine in school, and there were some previous managers, they never studied and stuff. And that was really good. That was really efficient and good. Even like after like I don't know like just say example after 12 lesson, okay, there is a quiz, here comes the test, the exam. But nowadays I see there is no, we don't know. Even as teacher, we don't know about the syllabus anymore. Like sometimes I feel ashamed, but really I'm like, oh, student, what do you study with the English assessment? And that's it. We're not supposed to know that. Yeah, yeah. But for this, it is like going really into the lesson plan and not necessarily details lesson plan, but something okay, basic like today we will study this. Yeah. Not necessarily the same, but the sales. Like the sales. Yeah. Like Superman was the first. Was the first, and I like it quite a lot. Not the starter, but the Superman one. They're okay. They are okay because we got a lot of like you can use the book, but the problem about everybody else. I mean, the good thing about everybody it was designed to use a smart board. We don't have smart board, we just have few. And I tell you, when I mean, you use everybody else, also plays it Thursday, right? But you use it. But the thing is, everybody else, like after basically after 30 minutes, it's done. Is I mean, like because you have few contents. Like you got yeah, 2 pages like for the lesson and 2 pages for the workbook, and that's it. And it's not that natural. But if we have Google Apps, why not? But we must rely on smart board, which means like with some audios, with some exercises, because what they don't say or everybody else, like you can do the things by yourself. When you come to workbook kids, they can come, they can write each of them. That's very interesting. That's why like you can do the whole thing in 1 hour 30, 2 hours. But the problem now, because we don't have a smart board, there is always a yeah. And even that like we have some equipment problems a lot. So in the end we don't use that. It's simple, but like for example the adapter won't work or the projector won't work or the computer has a problem, so there is always something. Yeah. I can tell you, for example, one of the projector was broken. We had to wait 3 months before to fix it. How can I teach without the projector? Sometimes come back. But the Supermind, it was basically nothing. You can have the audio, it's not a problem. You get them like on internet. And that's it. That's why it was pretty okay. Yeah, but
What are you guys up to?
no, we were.
What? Feel free. Okay. Yeah, of course, there are many problems. That is the totally mess.
But also, like, she came with something, if I may say, like, because about training the teachers, like, the question is, like, should we train the teachers, all the teachers, even if they have trained on something, to do that? Because, in my opinion,
Stages. At first, it is like optional. Then it's maybe the mandatory to do both for certain age group or for the new courses only.
yeah,
And then maybe after that phases, when we make sure everything and everybody happy with that, then maybe we would switch to like 100% both to have both traditional and digital like content with maybe from teenage to adults content.
Because without this, we in this, I mean,
Right. We appreciate the teachers because the freshmen who come here, they have no idea about this one. So
So that's why we had to have.
we think about the lesson plan syllabus and also to make all the content for example, for one book, an entire book, and then after, for the, you see what I mean? Like we design everything.
Mm.
We design the whole program, for example. Okay, not us, but a team dedicated.
Yes.
We design the whole program, and once the program is designed, like online on this purpose, after when you have the freshmen who come, okay, all they have to do is apply that formula. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know. This is like I'm gonna launch it and function this like the way Yolas they are doing. No, but in more like advantages. Okay, so maybe when we have like enough people that are able to help to create the content,
That's it.
then we just create the content because this one is like modulars and database updated. So maybe within one lesson, we have many varieties, many versions of maybe different teachers,
Yeah.
maybe like different approaches to that lesson. It is like doable as well.
Well, why not? But I mean, like in the end, the in terms of time and energy, like we should come with it just
Yeah, I know that that the complete course that's okay, pre-created, right?
yeah.
That I would do with the IELTS because I think we have just enough staff to do that.
Mm.
Because I mean, it's gonna be like a gigantic workload. Let's say
Sure.
one lesson, one unit, the leading content, the lesson content, the wizard, you had to input everything. Maybe with the wizard, you had to put on the explanation as well, right? And the wizard, then you had to maybe post the explanatory video of you might analyze the answer to really explain the student. I want to go to that in depth actually, but to transfer that mindset into the investor, which is Mr. Third, it's somehow impossible. You know, he wants something instant money. Okay, that is workforce that you spend, and if you want to British Council level, you have to invest in material,
And time.
knowledge, and time, right, dedication, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what I really had it to work, and that's why I was kind of disappointed lately on how he brought it, but turned against that. So that's why all of my inventions and creation, maybe I said you guys, but I don't know whether I can keep up with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But that's very that's
Yeah.
very long.
Yeah, sure. But you know, if you have like the tools, why we can't be the very like the leading teams who create that, right?
Sure. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
But that's
Let's do what within our capacity. Right? Let's forget about that tomorrow. But yeah, you know, money talks. Um, where am I? I lost. Yeah, creating X5B content.
yes.
Okay, so you want example of how I rate this one. and then we would create something as an example. So to run this, I will use either columns or question sets. So I will take one, let's say, IELTS lesson, and we would together try to create that content using X5B. Okay, so let's do something randomized. Okay, teaching. Oh, right, no. Material. Okay, here. Okay, I haven't showed you. Okay, just a quick, let's say, jump to another section before we resume. Because, okay, I really want to mention this one, but I somehow forgot. This is because I have a joint relationship with patients, and that's gonna be our new materials. And the reason why I chose them because of this. They have they share a similar mindset. Uh, they have what called my English lab. Okay, so I would go to my dashboard, my English lab. So with the course that go with Pearson next time when you have it, you would also be provided with a teacher account who can log into what called my list lab. So let's say this is my account. So right now to solve the current situation where you have no teaching material, teaching books, yeah, right? By providing teaching dashboard account provided by Pearson, every of you will have that included.
Which is great.
Yeah. So this is like on the teaching material. For example, this is like the expert IELTS which we're going to launch, and you guys are gonna have this account if you qualify this IELTS course. So when okay, this is like the course book audio. You don't have to really bring the CD or things like ages ago or USB, things like that. Everything will be inside the folder. Audio. Yeah.
Is it like just like on stream or is like you can download it?
You can download it.
That's great.
Yeah. Or you can stream it, like you said.
Yeah.
And video, of course.
Oh, very good.
Okay, so like speaking. So things like these will be instructional.
There will be
to the
different
student.
topics
Well,
in each
what they know
part.
sound.
In part one,
I think there's
we'll answer
something
questions
with
on
my
general topics, for example, your
Speaker,
interests,
right?
work, or studies.
Yeah, okay. That's why it could not record your voice back then. Oh well. In this dashboard. Yeah, so, but there's more in terms of this. Student resource book. This is the workbook, actually. Okay? The text. This makes a piece of difference because to their approach in teaching, they want to make sure every student follow up with the content. Every unit they will have passed and diagnostic tests in order to make sure they follow up. So there are many tests here. The guidelines how to do the test, end of level test, practice lesson test. It's very resourceful, I mean. Well, and this is also worth to mention because when you have no idea how to teach, then come the teaching notes, the guidelines for what to teach, and what you should teach. Okay, everything here with the answer. Okay, the guidelines, an example for you to do. Um, so that's why I showed you the book before. But what's really on in this, the material is really inside this dashboard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's on soft copy. This is a good on the book.
Yes. But it's not the end of that. Also, teaching resources. You would have games, you would have self-assessment, many things. The list of vocabulary, feedback, how to feedback. But most importantly, you have what called My English Lab. This is a dashboard, but My English Lab is here. This is a tool for you to analyze the performance of the students. This is also the material for the students to do the homework. Everything will be here. So the course book will have the codes which give access to My English Lab. So they will have to buy a separate, let's say, workbook. Okay. So everything will be in here. Well, there is modular. Yeah, they have a different question, and this will give results. The grade book is what we will look into as the managerial level and as you as a teacher of the class. Let's say this is like the result of students who will do one particular unit in that module. Let's say they would measure how many attempts of a student to get the answer correctly. Also, the score, so that you would know any of them have trouble in that section. For example, if you teach very simple, 8 out of 10 students who would do homework say he do homework or C work with his colleagues. So you say C works and he does right. You would know your class is having problem with subject verb agreement.
Yeah.
Right? If one of them having that kind of mistake, then it's understandable. But 8 out of 10, then you have to reflect back to your lesson learning, and you have to execute it, create the misunderstanding situation in class.
Yes.
Okay, so things like, and it's also diagnostic. Okay, so you can measure different measurements of like how long they spend for each section, time unit, things like that. And it's in terms of time consuming. Okay, you don't have to mark. They would have the answer, they would have the explanation and everything, maybe even the video explanation. So, okay, so why I selected it because for the IELTS, it helped me to save time to this time to do a whole thing in terms of homework and reason at home.
They will do it by themselves.
Yeah, the reason have prepared it, everything right. So it plays very well online. And even with the speaking, they have a recorder and they have a sample answer with different band score with different answers, things like that. So yeah. Well, also provides any attendees today with this account so you can have a look to just use it. Okay.
And also,
Yes.
when, sorry for all those questions,
Yes.
when will we start to use the expression?
Supposedly this week.
Okay.
Well, okay, just carry it to it. I've already prepared everything, like the material, the printing material, the design.
Yeah.
Well, also drives, like how we pricing, the launching countdown and website and everything. But then it turned out we didn't even spend to print the brochure.
Yeah.
So how am I gonna launch it? The writer to rather do the promotion on kids to have again 50 or 60% price reduction on kids per. Well, so well, the same kind of thing gonna be
Issue,
issues.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you mentioned before. Because like the thing is, to me as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
the main issue for our centers is how to keep our students. And this is the point. That
Yes,
we
the
have discussed.
quality. I mean, the quality. We should pinpoint the quality.
Quality and also the follow up about the kids because like I said,
They are overcrowded and it's gonna be like exceed the capacity. I believe.
maybe we should discuss on that another time. I'd like
Yes.
to discuss
Yeah,
about this with you
I really appreciate that.
because like
It's also very like upfront obstacle, but they never want to overcome it, but do other stuff that which is nonsensical to me.
yeah, it's like you try to biking but you don't go any further.
Yeah, I mean, go around is like waste my time as well, right?
But we will discuss about only.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to have a few.
Well, because this is my dedication and also to show the first standardized stone to have a qualified material and teaching approach can attract students more than the price tag.
And parents, especially parents.
Yeah, have connection.
Yeah, because we've been focusing on kids,
Yes.
mainly like primary school, secondary school students. But we should attract a new, a new market. Like,
At least a new sale talk.
yeah,
Right, when the sale can say, okay, this is our inclusive four-step formulation to qualify, to make sure our cost in line and qualified,
yeah,
and to talk to the parents so they feel safe to send the kids to the school.
yeah.
To make sure everyone are informed and checked, and parents know their children's results and things like that. It is better approach, I believe. But somehow I can't even launch this one. And this is really taken to my concern really well. You know, yeah, that's why we need to really go into that. No, but well, I think just talk straightly because I share the same viewpoints as you guys. I'm not siding with the investor or the president or whatsoever they call. Okay, I'm siding with the teachers with the quality. Although I have in a background of commerce and business, but I share the education side. I have a viewpoint, so don't worry to share yours with me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that is like what we are. Well, it's 11:30 time flight.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you might go back to talk about the account. Okay, including FIP, to rate courses, you whatever you want to. It's not gonna last the system.
Okay.
Okay. For the next class, we go in there or something. You guys propose the topics you want really to go in there that day, whether it contains data, whether it manages the content or etc. Then we will manually come to concept the consensus of which day should we provide the next session.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So how was like we had some feedback for this today workshop, very first workshop. Here is we the name right? Okay, this week, right? So how do you feel?
Yes, if I have to do this, for example, HFIP or the rest, then I have to, professionally in a computer, right?
You don't. It's not complicated, but it's not gonna be that hard. I mean, I've shown my my staff will just have like the office capacity of using Microsoft Word and PowerPoint things like that. They can do it slightly well. No worries. Okay, because now it is like big pictures, but when you come into it, piece of that puzzle, you understand how it works. Now, just like the big picture, you will see, okay, maybe all over the places, but when you put into one system and go into one detail, it's not going to be that hard. I mean, it's like using the Microsoft Word technique. Most of it, FIB, easy, believe me. So, you, right?
Lovely, yeah. Like, sorry, I was a bit sleepy. I'm sorry for that because.
No worry, I know, okay.
Yeah. But like, it just brought me more question as like Miss Lee, she mentioned also. Like, it came. I mean, some question came to me, and also maybe how to say, the question is like, I just thought like, how are we going to do that? Because should we do that as an individual teacher and have to care about our lesson, or should we implement a system, but after we can use it on
So, like, yeah, that's why we have phases. Well, I'm going to solve that problem with called our teacher portal.
Yeah.
So I will have to upload the instructional video, maybe to have the marketing help with maybe Adobe Premiere to edit it and to show what's going on, to have like lesson posted to show how to use etc. Well, I mean, it takes time, but we will step by step to transfer this one. That's why I started with Fusion, because they have anything provided. At least we start with the homework and student account first. Because when we have a student's teacher account, at least their results will be kept records, right? If the parents know how to use the internet, the simple one, to go to the website, to the link, they can really see the students, their kids' performance, the results. At least the teacher can feedback on their different reasons, right? So now we can solve the very surface problem. It's not a core one, but it's still somehow cut off the shouting and yellings of the parents, right? At least they know the performance. Because now we are letting our personnel staff to code anything lost, customer database, not reading plays, not updating. Sales got, the consultant keep calling the parents and got shouting because the bank say they have been disturbed many times at the same talk. Why didn't they say, why didn't you follow up with your records, your database? Well, keep calling me, I got fed up with this school already.
That's for the feedback.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that's why you see the consultants themselves, they kept leaving it because they could not stand the threats when picking up the phone and call to the parents to receive that kind of same complaint and high school yelling. So well, that's my how to solve. Because we are having the trouble with organizing the workflow and keeping track of it. They throw on every place. And even now I want the teaching material, the guidelines of the teacher book, there's none. Okay. Yeah. So we go step by step. Right? That's why I really want to have this kind of workshop. So at least the teacher know what I'm really trying to to solve, to achieve, but my capacity also. So at least I hope you guys can read the message and go to the branches and spread the message so people would not worry. If people keep hearing, also can handle the situation immediately. Okay, so I think that's it for today. I will not have to waste your time because it's going to be lunchtime. Right? Okay, so the first day, how was it? Well. So maybe you are kind of pushed out a little bit and kind of scared when this story with friends share. But I mean, in terms of you working under as an employees, that's how great I can share our real situation problems.
Actually, I think that is helpful or vital for us to teaching, and I hope we got brought it as fast as we can into the classroom, because we all hope that the children have the best thing for them.
Yeah.
But as you know, the lesson plan, like 2 pages for the vocabulary or the
It's very monotonous.
yeah, and it's very short time for them to interact with the teacher and to memorize the vocabulary.
Yeah,
because
also,
when they step out of the classroom and they all forgot what they have learned.
at least these are the games for them to like,
Yeah.
to be wanted to do it again, to have a different variety of visits. Okay, yes, absolutely. I really want to do that part of as well. I mean, well, if we are all in the board of directors, then we would have to do the same goals. But now I am this like a lone walker.
Yeah. But you don't have to.
Yeah, okay, sure. Right, so let's go together, and I hope you guys extracted a positive message to the branch. So I have recorded 1, 2 branch here, right? So I will gonna put you in my brain on this on the point and my record, right? Okay, record is okay. Now the biggest brand, the private one, and the most problematic brands I believe in terms of how they handle with this big number of students and how manageable since the sales back then, but she's now the brand director. Miss Knight.
Yes.
Okay, even speaking this way. She's
That's
understanding it. That's the problem. The problem. Second problem is she has no managing skill set in arranging anything. So I really depends on you to coordinate the teachers, to unite them, to really make things work. Okay, maybe they have last time when I visited, I already spread the messages, but within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they don't have a time to do that on how we are having right now. So, okay. Great. So, have a nice day. We energetic.
Yes.
We still have, okay, quite good. Okay, remember to send me your email so I can set up your account. Great. Yeah, to send it privately. If you don't want people to know your email, right? Sure. I mean, you and I, like, maybe you guys say the same view, so I don't think we have much trouble in 1, 2 brands. No, there's one.
Yes.
The Vietnamese teacher. The one is yes.
Oh yeah.
He's the oldest guy. You know. Okay, always wear a mask. Coat.
Okay, like, but it's just literally during weekdays, not during weekend.
Alright,
I
but he kind of always in the negative active. I don't know what happens with him. I hope that that's the only activity he showed to us, not the students.